Questions and criticism tonight after President Trump suggests Gaza residents resettle somewhere else. Thank you for joining me at 5. I'm Erin Christie. Trump is also suggesting that the U.S. take over the Gaza Strip. 2 News anchor Sharon Phillips is listening to those tied to the Palestinian and Jewish communities here and has their response.
Pamela Olson is the author of Fast Times in Palestine. The book chronicles her journey into Palestine and paints the picture of Israeli-Palestinian history. I sat down with her to discuss President Trump's recent proposal that the U.S. take over the Gaza Strip and that residents are permanently resettled elsewhere.
For them, land isn't something that it's just be bought and sold, like it's fungible, like it's a commodity. For many of them, land is home. It's very strongly rooted in their identity, and their region, their villages, their towns of origin have centuries of history, and they feel very deeply rooted in that.
Olson says the people of Palestine are resilient, and they can't be cowed into submission by bombs and forced starvation.
If a genocidal onslaught for 15 months couldn't force them off of their land, I don't know what Trump thinks he can do to force them off their land.
I also wanted to get the Jewish perspective on Trump's proposal, so I contacted multiple area synagogues. I reached out to B'nai Emunah, the Jewish Federation of Tulsa, and Temple Israel for comment, but they all declined at this time. Later, we received this statement saying, quote, "The Jewish Federation of Tulsa hopes for a lasting and just peace for Israelis, the safe return home of all hostages held by the Hamas terror army, and strong U.S. leadership in pursuing peace and security in the region." Olson says she hopes that the United States will use its power to compel the Israelis to treat the Palestinians in a better way.
I don't necessarily hold out much hope that Trump will be the one to do it. But if he is, he might get a Nobel Peace Prize. So, that's something that maybe might entice him. I don't know.
According to the Associated Press, the war has displaced around 90% of the population of Gaza, which is roughly 2.3 million people. Sharon Phillips, 2 News, Oklahoma.